a barrel roll!
Welcome to the Now, I'm Ashley Jenkins. Very much appreciate you taking time out of your busy Pokemon Go regimen to catch up on the news, so let's get you through it. You're nowhere near the point of mastering your favorite Overwatch hero, but Blizzard's already got one waiting in the wings, according to some recent Twitter activity. The company tweeted out an image of a classified document this week, revealing what may be plans to introduce a long-distance healer. The image shows a prototype biotic sniper rifle meant to administer health from afar, with commentary on the design coming from Mercy herself. There's a great deal of speculation that this is the long-rumored Sombra character, a villain who happens to be Pharah's mother. Complicated relationship. We've known that there are new characters coming to Overwatch for a while now, but fans were wondering just how Blizzard planned to enhance its already really impressive and very diverse roster. The inclusion of a different class of healer could provide some interesting gameplay twists, or it'll just be another healer that nobody knows how to use or protect in your game. You know, either or. If it was ever in question that gamers are hyped beyond reason about the possibility of a new Red Dead game, now we've got some proof, and hopefully it's proof that Rockstar pays attention to. This week, Microsoft and Rockstar announced that Red Dead Redemption will be joining Xbox One's backwards compatibility program this Friday, June 8th, prompting fans to go out and buy the game in droves. Red Dead Redemption's sales rank on Amazon shot up over 6,000% thanks to all the new buyers. It should be noted that while many people are reporting this means sales have gone up 6,000%, all it means is Amazon rank has gone up that much, so that's not quite the same thing. However, it did move into the 20 most popular games bought on Amazon for a time, so yeah, it definitely saw an increase in sales. Maybe it saw more than 6,000 in sales. Well, I'm sure it did, but you know, like multipliers, lots of multiplayers, lots of games sold is what we're getting at. Either way, the game will be replayable on Xbox One tomorrow, and who knows, maybe we'll finally get the announcement of a sequel to celebrate, right? Come on, Rockstar, fingers crossed. Fans of the books are used to waiting for more Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire, however you want to call it, but TV viewers are about to join them in the misery, and apparently it's all because of that damned winter. Thanks, Ned. Now the winter has officially arrived in Westeros. It means the production for the 7th season needs to happen in, well, winter also. While the show normally begins airing in March or April of each year, there's no telling when it will be out for its next run. According to the showrunners, they don't have an air date for season 7 just yet, but it will likely be, quote, a bit later than normal, which doesn't sound very promising at all for those of you who haven't been reading the books and haven't had to experience this before. Well, let's just say I think you're getting off easy. Come on, George. Right like the wind. Another developer is going free to play in the wake of poor sales for their game. Turtle Rock Studios announced this week their asymmetrical multiplayer shooter Evolve is now going to be free of charge for all PC gamers, in the hopes that a revamp will help save it from its poor reception. In a surprisingly candid post on Turtle Rock's website, the developer took full responsibility for the game's performance and even called the controversial DLC packages a, quote, DLC shitstorm. Thanks for admitting it, guys. It's good to hear it. They now aim to retool the entire game and win players back. Before its release, Evolve looked like a standout multiplayer title, but excitement waned following a lot of beta previews and the game's crazy odd DLC release structure. It moved only around 500,000 units on Steam and only averages around 100 concurrent players per day, which is just about the saddest stat I've ever heard. Hopefully, swapping to free-to-play could be just what the game needs to get back on track. The saga of CSGO Lotto and its owners TMartn and Syndicate continues. Earlier this week, 2 YouTubers found themselves in a mess of trouble when it was discovered that they actually owned the CSGO gambling website, CSGO Lotto, which they'd spent many videos promoting without disclosing their affiliation with it. The discovery led to deleted videos, edited descriptions, people catching them in lies, Reddit AMAs, lawyers expecting jail time. It's really run the gamut of everything that can possibly backfire on the internet. Almost. All week long, TMartn, the president of CSGO Lotto, has promised his viewers that he'd be issuing an official statement, which finally came out yesterday. In the video titled, "I'm sorry," which sounds very promising, TMartn apologized for everything he'd done and accepted responsibility for his actions. Well, that's kind of what we all hoped it would be. That's not what happened. Instead, TMartn non-apologized, blamed everyone else, and said he was sorry if people didn't feel the information was clear. The backlash to the new video was so overwhelming that TMartn has already deleted that one, and I think that's his second apology video, or his second statement. On Twitter, he said he was disappointed with it, which is probably the understatement of the year for all of his viewers. It wouldn't be a roundup without a little bit of Star Wars news, and now we've got a couple of small developments on both Rogue One and Episode 8, the latter of which, weirdly enough, has to do with hairstyles. New star Daisy Ridley released a video on Instagram this week in which she had to protect her Secret Rey hairstyle from sight by wrapping her head in a pillowcase. Now, fan speculation is going wild about what this might mean, ranging from Padawan braids to maybe even a bun-like Leia hairdo. That's how hungry people are for Star Wars news, folks. It's all about the hairstyles. But moving on to slightly more substantial developments, it looks like we're definitely getting a brand new Rogue One trailer next week. It'll air on ABC following a 1-hour special look at the making of The Force Awakens on July 15th, officially kicking off the Star Wars celebration in London. The trailer will be 3 minutes long and probably full of mostly reshoot footage, considering the crazy heavy reshoots they've been pulling on it over the last couple of months. Still excited to see it. Our glorious hoverboard feature has literally gone up in flames. Sorry guys, after a number of scares with hoverboards presenting fire hazards, the US government has decided enough is enough. This week, the US Consumer Product Safety Commission announced a recall of 500,000 hoverboards from 10 separate tech companies, saying that consumers should immediately stop using these recalled products. While previous warnings were issued about only a handful of hoverboard models, the message now is if you own a hoverboard more than 2 months old, you should probably get in touch with one of the 10 recalling companies. More recently, hoverboard manufacturers have been following stricter guidelines for the lithium-ion battery packs. If your hoverboard is not UL certified, then it is more than likely part of the recall. So stop trying to look cool on your futuristic hoverboard that doesn't even hover, still mad about the name, and do the right thing. You know what's cooler than having a hoverboard? Having a house that's not burned down. Yes. That brings us to the end of our roundup, everyone. Let us know what you think of any of these stories down in the comments. And for more news from every corner of the internet, like this video and subscribe to The Know. And on let's break the fourth wall just a little bit. You guys are playing Pokemon Go, right? Of course you all.
I'm playing Pokemon Go right now.
You're playing it right now. You're playing it. Are you playing it, Eddy? Eddy? Eddy?
I downloaded it.
Eddy letting everybody down. You guys are gonna join Team Yellow, right? Because Team Yellow needs to take over the world. Yellow team, best team.